this morning on Today Food, a sweet treat without all the fuss of traditional baking. Gesine Bullock Prados, author of Let the Meat Cake, is here with a delicious dessert that doesn't require that hot oven. Gesine, always nice to see you.
Always good to see you.
2 stars today. You've got it making it in 25 minutes or less, and
Yes.
we're not heating up the kitchen.
This is true, and it's so hot in so many places that you just don't want the oven on, and we're using the microwave.
Which is great. Any challenges with that? Well, we'll get to that in a second, all right? You're going to mix dry ingredients and wet ingredients.
Correct. So first you're going to mix the flour.
Put it in?
No, here first. Flour, cocoa powder, and that's espresso powder. And you add the espresso powder not to make it coffee-like, but to enrich the chocolatey flavor.
Okay.
So just whisk, whisk, whisk.
Okay.
And then while you do that, I'm going to add the eggs to sugar, vanilla, milk, and salt. And the reason I'm adding salt here is because usually you put it in the dry ingredients, that you want to keep the salt intact, and we're going to put this through a sieve onto the wet ingredients, and salt granules are usually pretty big.
Okay.
So it would sift out the salt. So just dump it in there, yeah. And you tap, 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 until it's all the way through, and then you mix it gently so it doesn't explode.
Like it did earlier.
Like it did earlier.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
Exactly.
So, what do you do now?
So now you have a batter. Let's say this is our batter.
Let's say it's
we
finished.
Might as well. And then you would sieve it again into a cup with a spout. And
that way you don't get the lumps.
You don't get the lumps. The reason you put it into a cup with a spout is because we're going to put it into a whipped cream dispenser.
That makes it easier to get into the cups in just a second.
And then we're going to pour it in, pretending this is batter, pretend. And then you're going to charge it and shake it.
Okay.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Like a cocktail. Woo-hoo.
Okay.
And then we stab. So this is one of the fun things. You get a waxed cup, but you don't put non-stick spray on it because you want it to stick slightly.
I'll let you do that.
You'll do this. Okay, let's make sure you shook enough. And what this does, excuse me, is it aerates the batter. We didn't put any baking powder in there, and you just put this in the microwave for like 45 seconds to 55 seconds. And it makes it fancy because this is molecular gastronomy. So, you know, you're fancy.
We always want to try to work in on our cooking segments. This is what it looks like when it comes out.
Yep.
Should you not expect perfection?
Well, you want perfection. I know it's lopsided, and you hate that. Some microwaves, they go a little wonky and they go sideways. That's okay. You just want to make sure you can tear it apart. And look how lovely that is. It's a sponge cake. Here, dip that in the ganache right there.
Okay.
Just dip it in.
And again, make this in less than 25 minutes.
And then, if you have time, you can make the ganache, which is just chocolate and cream together. So you put hot cream on top of chopped chocolate, whisk, whisk, whisk. Best sauce ever. All of this is really under 25 minutes.
Let me tell you, cardboard would taste good if you dip it in that.
This is true.
That is fantastic.
That's good stuff. Or whipped cream, or berries.
Gesine, always good to have you here.
Always good to be here.
Thank you very much. You can get this recipe and more at today.com/food.